What's up, everybody? It's your host, Daniel, and I'm back with another podcast episode, man. This week is Super Bowl 60 week, man. We're doing predictions of Seattle Seahawks in the NFC, New England Patriots on the AFC, man. Rematch for the Super Bowl a while back, different quarterbacks, different coaches, same franchises. It's going to be an exciting one. It's going to be a great one, to be exact, man. Seattle Seahawks are favorites to win the Super Bowl, 4.5 spread. Interesting. I think they're the first seed. They were the first seed. The New England Patriots are the second seed. And it's going to be a defensive game, man. It's going to be a defensive game. But hey, Seattle's quarterback Sam Darnold have a great game. Would that put him in the elite talks? It's crazy. Back-to-back years, he won at least 14 wins last year with the Vikings. And I was like, are the Vikings regret putting him, giving him away to the Seattle Seahawks? Man, they put him in great receiving targets, man. Jackson Smith-Njigba, Kenneth Walker III, Cooper Kupp, Raheem Shaheem. A lot of players on the Seahawks that's come through. Defensively, the rookie Nick Emmanuel. So it's gonna be a great game, man, versus the Patriots, man. Drake May, Stephon Diggs, Trey Henderson, Raheem Stevenson. I believe that's it. Yeah, Stevenson. Christian Gonzalez, Carlton Davis, my bad. Oh, man. But, man, both quarterbacks are dealing with injuries, oblique injury for Sam Darnold. And Drake May has a shoulder injury that he got banged up in the AFC Championship game. But, man, it's going to be a great game, man. I honestly don't know who I got winning, man. I feel like both defensive games, but last time they played in the Super Bowl, I had the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, and they won. They had the game-sealing pick by Malcolm Butler. Malcolm Butler got the game-sealing pick, but I think this year I'm going to roll with the Seattle Seahawks. They just been dominant all season. Patriots been dominant too, but Seahawks play better competition. Their offense. I feel like their offense is better than the pass offense. Smith-Njigba is gonna have a good game. Will they double him? Will they double him or put two at him? Or with Davis and the safety, or Gonzaga's and another safety on the. It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a great game. Just feel like more offensive power, man. For the Seahawks, my bad. Got Seahawks winning this. Close game, probably, for sure. Close game. But 3.5 spread for the Seahawks. I'll take that. I'll say touchdown wins it. But Sam Darnold got to protect the ball, man. He has the most turnovers, the most picks in the NFL. Well, he had the most turnovers in the NFL for sure. With this great Patriots defense, we never know, man. Never know, man. But, yeah, man, I think I got the Seahawks winning this, man. I think I got the Seahawks. Drop in the comments who you guys got winning. But if the Seahawks lose, will I be sick? Not really. But Seattle Seahawks, they beat the NFC. They beat the best of the best in the NFC, in my opinion. Yeah, but I got them. I got Seahawks winning this game. The trade deadline has just ended today, Thursday, February 5th. A lot of trades happening. It was all-stars that we talked about last week that could have been traded. We talked about Jamorant, giannisantetokounmpo, Anthony Davis, those three guys, the stars. Only one of them got traded, and Anthony Davis. I didn't think Anthony Davis would get traded. And I honestly didn't. I only thought Giannis was going to get traded, but the pieces that were getting for Giannis, it didn't sound too good. But Anthony Davis getting traded to the Wizards was surprising. We'll talk about that. But there's a lot of trades that happened. But yeah, we'll talk about the Wizards one, though. Wizards traded Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Lo, Dante Exum to the Wizards. Surprised. I'm really for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Burham, Marvin Bagley, 2 first rounds and 3 second rounds. I feel like the Wizards won that trade for sure. The Wizards won that trade. Mavericks are going into just built around Cooper Flag. Those 2 first round picks, I believe, are from the Thunder. Those aren't too big of a picks. Yeah, not too big of a pick, son. We got to go back. But those Wizards GM's cooking. Got Trae Young a few months last month. Got Anthony Davis this month, and they still kept their draft picks for this year. They still got the rookies that they drafted last year and a few years back, and Alex Sarr and Trey Johnson, Keyshawn George. So it could be a good future for them, man. They got Trae Young, Anthony Davis. The pick and roll will be amazing. They got Anthony Davis going back to the 4 spot, which he likes to play. It'll be quite interesting. I like this trade, but I was surprised the Wizards. And I'm sick the Dallas Mavericks in the span of a year became the worst franchise ever. I feel like they traded Anthony Davis before even having a chance to play with Kyrie. Him and Kyrie only played 1 game. So it's like, it sucks. I don't know how many games him and Cooper Flag played, but he played a total of 29 games. And he was above 500 in those games. So I feel like it was like, dang, Dallas Mavericks really gave up on Anthony Davis that quick. But I see they just want to go in the future and built around Cooper Flag. But it's crazy. This is the last year that they own their draft capital. So I know the Mavericks probably want to tank and try to get a good draft pick because the next few years they don't own it. It's going to be other teams. So this year I think they're getting the Thunder's pick. Hopefully they can find something with the 29th or 30th pick that is going to be from the Thunder and draft a steal. But Dallas is going on. They're officially like rebuilding, trying to build around Cooper Flag, which Cooper Flag's been hooping this year. Should be Rookie of the Year, averaging about 20, has an amazing week. He's been averaging like about 39 the last 3 games. So Dallas got a huge future with Cooper Flag, but dang, man. Cleveland Cavaliers traded DeAndre Hunter to the Kings for Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis. Dennis Schroeder is getting moved around again. He's leaving the Kings to go to a playoff contender in the Cavaliers. And this trade was like, I was surprised though. DeAndre Hunter, they just grabbed him last year just for him to be the key piece for their playoff run last year, just to flip him already. I was surprised, but then I guess that trade, they gained a lot of money off of that because DeAndre Hunter was an expendable contract, and they acquired James Harden for that. James Harden and the Clippers decided to part ways. James Harden, they said James Harden didn't request a trade, but I believe he did. And he got traded to the Cavaliers for Dariusgarland in the second round. So it was a all-star swap in the point guard position. Dariusgarland's going to the Clippers, and what was I going to say? James Harden's going to the Cavaliers. He's going to the Cavaliers. This trade, I mean, Cavaliers are the win now. They want to win now. They felt like they got embarrassed last year. They want to get a point guard that can get their guys better. How is Harden and Donovan Mitchell going to work together? We don't know. But Harden has a trend of getting bigs better. He still has Mobley. He still has Jared Allen. Mobley in the pick and rolls. Allen in the pick and rolls is going to be nice. He's going to get Mobley right. I feel like Mobley's going to get an all-around bag with working with James Harden. Pick and pops, pick and rolls, floaters inside. He's going to unlock Mobley's game, so that could be exciting to watch. Right now, they're 5th seed. They'll be playing versus Toronto. And Donovan Mitchell's goal is just to get out. He wants to win, man. He hasn't been out the second round. But getting James Harden now, James Harden, who's been to the conference finals before, been to the finals before, just a veteran leadership. A leader. James Harden never missed the playoffs. He was in a fear of missing that with the Clippers this year. That's why he really requested the trade. He didn't want to miss the playoffs. But Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how far they can go. I think they can still. They'll probably be a second round exit. I just don't know because they fifth. They'll play the Pistons, and I think the Pistons will beat them still. With James Harden or not. But we'll see, man. We'll see. And the Clippers, man, they were playing so well. James Harden requested trade. Then they trade again. They trade Zubiak, and I was surprised about the Zubiak trade, man. Zubiak got traded. Zubiak got traded for. Okay, they don't show it. But, yeah, Zubiak got traded. Oh, well, Zubiak got traded for Ben Mathurin and a top 4 10 to 30 projected pick. So if it falls between 5 and 9, then the Clippers get the pick. Isaiah Jackson's also going to the Clippers. Kobe Brown is going to the Pacers. And that's crazy. The Clippers going young, and the Pacers are building for the next year. Picks 5 through 9, they'll be cooked, man. So, dang, they got to get 1 through 4 or 9 through 30. I don't know, man. Them trading away Ben Mathurin, they're looking at, dang, they want to get AJ Dembanza or Darren Peterson to fill that role and come off the bench their rookie year. But I'm liking this squad, though. Zubiak is a great defender, a big defender, and he's a lob threat. With Halliburton coming back next year, that would be a good piece. Andrew Nembhard, Siakam. It'd be a good piece. Be a good piece for Zubiak to fit a role with the Pacers. The Clippers are building for the rebuild, man. They just picked up Dariusgarland, Ben Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson. They're going young. They were the oldest team at one point. Now they want to go young. And I agree with them, man. But so traded for Zubiak with a couple first rounds. That's crazy. He had a better deal than Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis didn't even, I don't know, like he only got, his draft pick was worth the 29th pick, and their draft pick is a top 10 pick, damn near. But that was another trade. Jaren Jackson, Memphis Grizzlies traded Jaren Jackson, John Kennard, Jock Landale, Vince Williams Jr. to the Jazz for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, George Nier, and 3 future first-round picks. And I was surprised, man. I did not think Jaren Jackson would get traded to the Jazz. I didn't think he was getting traded at all. I thought Jamorant was getting traded, but it feels like he didn't have no value. He didn't have no value in this trade market. And I like the way the Jazz is building, man. I'm kind of excited for next year with the Jazz. They got Keontae George that should win Most Improved. Shooting guard position, I don't know who's a consistent shooting guard. I know they got Ace Bailey. I know they got I forgot his last name, the Italian. I believe he's Italian. They got Louis Marketing, Jared Jackson now, and Walker Kessler, who's out for the season, I believe. But for the future, that could be nice, man. We don't know what draft pick they could get. They still control their first-round draft pick. It's going to be interesting, man. Do they keep AJ Dembanza in Utah by drafting him? And they get Darren Peterson, move him to the 2. I don't know if they get Cameron Boozer, but that could fit. But it's just a lot of interesting things the Jazz could do. Jazz is going to be quite interesting next year. I don't know if they could be a contender, but they for sure could be in the play-in mix. For sure, right now, they're 13 wins. But now that they ain't in the Grizzlies, not dynasty, but their core that they started with Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bane, Jared Jackson, and Jamorant, it's just only Jamorant now. It's crazy. A few years back, Jamorant was saying he's fine in the West, and he hasn't been past the second round since that. And I don't feel bad, man. You put yourself in this position, man. You have no trade value because your actions off the court. Now it's biting you on the court. Now you're stuck in the Grizzlies. But they got all these draft capital so they could build around Ja, or they could eventually trade John over the summer. I saw that Ja could have got traded to the Heat, but the Heat was being cheap, man. They offered the Heat Hasquez or Kellen Ware, Terry Rozier's contract in the first round, and the Heat said no. Like, I'm surprised Heat said no. He didn't make no moves. Heat's the only team in the East that didn't make a move. And I'm so surprised because I feel like they really could have did that trade for Ja, but this shows that Pat Riley doesn't want Ja in Miami and stuff like that. But man, the Grizzlies, ooh-wee. Chicago, Minnesota, and Detroit has did a multi-trade deal. They sent Jaden Ivey to the Bulls. Mike Conley was sent to the Bulls, but got flipped and got sent to the Hornets, I believe. Kevin Huerter and Draco Saric got flipped to the Pistons. And I just thought, like, Pistons could have got a better deal for this. Pistons could have got a better deal for Jaden Ivey. I feel like Ben Mathurin just got sent to the Clippers. Ben Mathurin just got sent to the Clippers for Zubiak. So, like, man, Pistons could have did something to try to get Kawhi. They could have got Kawhi. Draft picks, Tobias Harris, maybe Ivy. If they didn't trade Ivy, Ron Hollins for Kawhi. I'd have took that. I feel like we could have did that. Give Cade a number 2 player to play alongside. I like Kevin Huerter though. He's a shooter. That's a type of player we need. We already got Duncan Robinson on the side. Last year we had 2 shooters in Tim Hardaway and Malik Beasley, and now we got another. And we knew that we lost both of them, and we picked up one shooter, Duncan Robinson, but to pick up Kevin Huerter in the trade deadline was huge. But I feel like we could have got more for Ivy. Even though Ivy wasn't fully healthy, so it was hard to get a look at him. Chicago Bulls traded their center Nikola Vucevic in the second round to the Boston Celtics for Anthony Simmons in the second round pick. It's crazy. The Bulls had Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, and Nikola Vucevic, and they didn't get not one first round from them. Like, that's crazy. I don't know what the Bulls are doing. The Bulls picked up so many guards in this trade deadline. I already named Jaden Ivey, Anthony Simmons. There's more I could probably say. I think they picked up Rod Dillingham. They traded Rod Dillingham for Ayo Dosunmu. There's another guard they picked up, bro. He's gonna pop up when we look through all these, but I don't know, man. But the Celtics picking up Vucevic, that's perfect, man. They like guys that could stretch the floor out and shoot the ball, and I feel like Nikola Vucevic is that right guy for him. Even though he's getting up in age, but he could be the perfect stretch five that like Kristaps Porzingis was for the Boston Celtics. And next year when Tatum comes back, it's gonna be quite interesting. I liked Anthony Simmons though. I knew he wasn't gonna stay in Boston for a while, but I really liked his game. But they're banking on Derek White, Julio Gonzalez. Who's their starting point guard now? Peyton Pritchard probably. But yeah, Anthony Simmons didn't fit that role. Jared McCain got traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder for the Rockets' first-round pick and 3 second-rounders. I was surprised. Jared McCain started off the year last year, his rookie season. He started off well, then injuries derailed him. And now he's getting shipped to OKC, where A.J. Mitchell is injured, the backup point guard, and Shai Gilgeous is injured right now. So Jared McCain can have an opportunity to fight for. Oh wow. He could fight for playing time right away with those 2 guys being hurt. Jared McCain, shooting guard out of Duke. It's gonna be quite interesting though. I want to see how he does over there. How he plays with OKC. He's gonna play free, but that was a huge trade for the Thunder. Even though the Thunder didn't necessarily need him, but that's a good trade. Like I said, Kobe White got traded. Mike Conley to the Hornets for Colin Sexton. So they're bringing in another guard in Colin Sexton. Chicago, I don't know what Chicago's doing, like I said. Hornets picking up Kobe White as another scorer, which they've been playing well. I don't know. We'll see how that works. They've been playing well lately, though. I like that for the Hornets. They've been playing well nightly. They did a multi-team trade. Clippers sent Chris Paul to the Raptors, but the Raptors aren't keeping Chris Paul. Chris Paul will be waived and be a free agent. We don't know if Chris Paul will ever play in the NBA again. He already announced that he was retiring. I believe he wanted a farewell tour. He didn't get a farewell tour. But yeah, he's getting shipped to the Raptors, but he won't be playing for the Raptors. Lonzo Ball got traded to the Jazz, but got waived immediately for two second round picks. I'm sick from my boy Lonzo, man. The knee injury derailed him, man. He was supposed to be a star in the league. He got shipped to the Jazz. Now he's a free agent. Don't know where he would go. I'm sick about that. Hopefully he signs to a team. Golden State Warriors finally traded Giannisantetokounmpo and Buddy Hield to the Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. And as a Warriors fan, I really don't like this trade. Kristaps Porzingis has been injury prone these last few years. He's been sick. He now has a strained Achilles. Maybe they say he'll play Saturday night, but we'll see. But Giannisantetokounmpo, if you know, that's my guy, man. Family, both from the Congo. I've been rooting for him. Sick how Steve Kerr and him didn't fit. I saw Steve Kerr made a statement about it, but they didn't really buy into that because they really could have built off him. Draymond could have. But, man, thought they could have played Giannisantetokounmpo more under the Draymond Green's wings, Jimmy Butler wing. I feel like he could have really developed there. He had a few good spurts there, but just couldn't get it done with him. Sick. I just knew it was bad during the summer. It was taking a while for him to get a contract signed with them. But Kristaps Porzingis, though, hopefully Kristaps Porzingis comes in as a stretch guy and becomes like healthy the rest of the year, man. Just the thing about him is his health. He wasn't too healthy at his last few months with the Celtics. That's why the Celtics shipped him to the Hawks. But I thought the Warriors would do more in the trade deadline. I thought they would do more. Right now, it's not too settled with the Warriors. Don't know what's their... I know, like, they're not championship contenders, bro. They're not. I'll say that. They already lost more than 22 games, and it's not even an All-Star break yet. So they're not championship contenders. They also traded Trace Jackson Davis to the Raptors for a second-round pick for this year's draft. We'll see who they do for those drafts, but I'm not really sold on that. We didn't get nothing but Kristaps Porzingis, man. We already said those trades. Gabe Vincent got traded to the Hawks for Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard is a great shooter, probably has the best shooting percentage in the NBA right now with the Lakers. Going to the Lakers now, they get another shooter, but the Lakers need defenders. That's what they need right now is defenders, and they're still buying for defenders. Milwaukee Bucks announced they wasn't trading Giannis, so they started to do trades, and they traded Cole Anthony. They agreed to trade Cole Anthony and Amir Coffin to the Suns. I didn't even know Amir Coffin was on the Bucks. For Nick Richards and Nige Hayes-Davis, all of those 4 players are on a contract year, so those are easy contracts to get out of. Nick Richards got traded to the Suns last year, I believe. He got traded to the Suns last year around the trade deadline. But Suns are playing well. Suns been playing well. So maybe Cole Anthony could be a spark. He was getting a lot of DNPs with the Bucks, though, so I don't know how the Suns will use him. Celtics traded Chris Boucher. I thought Chris Boucher would be huge this year for the for the Celtics, but they traded him to the Jazz. I thought he'd be huge for the Celtics this year coming up, but he wasn't really too much of a threat. Jose Alvarado to the Knicks. I believe they traded him for Dalen Terry, who they received for Ganache Yabusele. But this is a good trade, though. The Knicks getting another backup point guard after Deuce McBride gets injured. I believe he's out for a while. So Jose Alvarado could come in as a second point guard. And he's from New York. I believe he's from the Bronx. He's Dominican. You know, there's a lot of Dominicans in New York. So that's going to be a homecoming for him. It's going to be exciting there. His defensive presence. He's going to be electric to watch. He's going to be a fan favorite out there in New York. I'm excited to see him in the playoffs. I ain't going to lie. I'm excited to see him in the conference finals versus the Pistons. I can't wait to see that. But, yeah, man. Tyler Kulik has been playing amazing, but all right, they got Jose Alvarado. That's a good pickup. Any more trades that's been interesting? Tyus Jones are traded to the Mavericks. I mean, that's all the trades, man. Giannis didn't get traded. That sucked. Ja didn't get traded. That sucked. Cavs traded for Harden. That was surprising. Kings didn't do anything. They kept DeMar DeRozan. They kept Malik Monk. They kept Sabonis. They kept Zach LaVine. They didn't do anything in the trade deadline. The Lakers didn't do much. They just got one player. Rockets didn't do nothing. I'm surprised. Maybe they do something in the buyout, trying to find a guard. The buyout market's gonna be huge. Denver Nuggets traded Hunter Tyson's to open up a roster spot for the buyout market and get out the luxury tax. So we'll see that. Sixers traded away Eric Gordon to sign Dominic Barwin in the two-way. Celtics traded Josh Minott to the Brooklyn Nets. Cam Thomas got waived from the Brooklyn Nets. I'm surprised about that. That means they didn't really like Cameron Thomas. There's no way Cameron Thompson gets they couldn't find no trades for him, so they allowed to move him. And I wonder what team was a good trade for sign him. I wonder what team would sign him because it's gonna be hard because right now in the stats wise, it looks like he's a ball hog that he doesn't like to get guys involved. So we'll see what teams want to get him involved to try to get from him. But what other trades? OG Ache Iabachi's on the Nets now. I feel like I said all the trades. That was the point. What other teams I thought would have made a trade? Maybe it was Bucks. We'll see what the Bucks do with Giannis. Decided to keep Giannis. Like I said earlier, the Heat's offer, I don't know what the Heat's offer was for Giannis, but they didn't like it. The Wolves offer, they didn't like it. Wolves had to get Ayo Dosunmu because they tried to get another guard for help with Ant. They struck out both years trying to get a superstar. Spurs didn't do anything. Spurs has a lot of draft capital. Didn't do anything. They kept their team the same. Second seed. Who else we could say? Hornets. Magic didn't do too much. Magic didn't do too much. They traded Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones was in the right fit over there. Raptors didn't do much. They still kept. They didn't get Sabonis like people thought they would have. But yeah, man, it's trade deadline. I think that's all. Did I miss anything? Winners and losers. Yeah, Bulls aim to exit NBA's middle with the busy. I don't know what the Bulls are doing. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man. Super Bowl this week. Be quite interesting on the Super Bowl games. Trade down winners. Winners was the Cavaliers, they said. Okay, we can read this. The busiest winners and losers of the trade deadline. Winners was the Cavaliers. They're on a hot streak, 9-2. They lost Garland, DeAndre Hunter, Lonzo Ball, but gained James Harden, Keon Ellis, and Dennis Schroeder. They're one of the winners. Jazz, Wizards, and Pacers, surprise star destinations. They're winners. Pacers made a splash for Zubiak, Utah, Jaren Jackson. Wizards got Trae Young and AD. Those are the winners. Losers, Utah Jazz ball movement. But they just was a winner. Now they're a loser as a ball movement. I don't know. Winner, the proactive Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, yeah, because they traded away all those. I'll say that. Losers, the former Dallas Mavericks GM. I'm dying. Winner, Nikola Vucevic. Loser, oops, trade. Winner, Madison Square Garden. Yeah, Madison Square Garden, man. Man, they wanted to trade for Giannis, but they decided to stay put. They've been on the winning streak. They got them, I think, 8 wins, the most. The longest win streak right now, 8 wins. Decided not to pull for Giannis, probably to stay there to the summer. If they don't win a championship, maybe you pull the plug and try to get Giannis. I believe Giannis said the only team he wants to play for is the New York Knicks. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We will see. But, yeah. That's all we got, man. Yeah, that's all we got for NBA, man. Super Bowls this week. Seahawks expect Maynard to play in the Super Bowl after being injured. Tom Brady said some crazy things about the Patriots. He basically didn't pick them to win the Super Bowl. That's kind of crazy. I would hope he would have picked them. Patriots been in a lot of news this week with the Super Bowl Hall of Fame, now their old quarterbacks. But it's going to be a great game this week. Great game. I can't wait for the Super Bowl. don't think I'll be betting any prop bets in the Super Bowl. I don't think I'll do that. I'm just gonna watch the game as a fan. 6:30 Sunday, trade deadline happened. Next week we could probably talk. NBA All-Star Weekend is next week. We'll start talk the All-Stars. We even talk about the reserves or the people they even announced the people in the dunk contest and the three-point and others contest. So we'll talk about that. Recap the Super Bowl. I didn't really say too much about the Super Bowl. And then next week we'll probably talk Champions. Damn. We're supposed to do a Champions League episode next week, dog. I might have to do a separate episode with the Champions League. Damn, I got shit. Or I might just, I don't know. We'll figure out, because I did say Champions League episode was next week for the knockout stage. Shout out Arsenal. They made it to the Caribbean Cup finals versus Man City. It's going to be a great game. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Arsenal versus in March. I believe it's in March, end of March. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game, man. But like, share, turn your post notifications on, man. And we are out.